Well, welcome to episode 37 of The Drive Home. We're a group of gays who go to the movies and review them.
On the Drive Home.
That was powerful.
I'm Jason.
I'm David.
I'm Jose.
I'm Matt/Taco.
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Nate.
The summer intern.
The summer intern. Back for more.
Back again.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
And out of the trunk.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So tonight we saw Nosferatu, starring Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Hoult. And Nicholas Hoult plays Thomas, I guess like an old-fashioned realtor of sorts. And I'll let Jose take it.
And Thomas gets his big break selling a house in Transylvania to Count Orlok.
Confusing vampire movie that doesn't make sense.
Why?
Count Orlok bedded a child, and apparently Pussy got power because he came back for more when she was an adult.
Wow.
And despite being advertised as projected in laser, half of the movie is in black and white.
That's a great summary.
Wow.
Hey, good job.
What a nice,
Good answer.
yeah,
Good answer.
what a nice synopsis. With that said, are we... Oh, I'm going to quit paying for parking. They never charge. All right, with that being said, are we ready to rate this movie?
Yeah.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I didn't totally hate it. I'm like sideways, maybe even leaning a little bit up. I think there's quite a bit to recommend. I thought it was visually stunning. Like, I really liked the costumery, the production design, the makeup was good, very creepy in some parts. There was a couple good jump moments, and I think it really harks back to the original Nosferatu from 1922, which I actually have seen, believe it or not.
Was there sound? I'm not being mean. I don't know when sound came into
It was in Spanish, I believe. So I think there was, or maybe it was silent. I honestly can't
Kimmy.
remember.
Kimmy?
Yeah, we have to fact check. I've seen Nosferatu, then the Dracula remake from 1931, and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay.
So, I'm a bit of an expert. Not really, though, because I don't remember.
If you watched any of the episodes over the summer, you'll know that I missed out on every horror movie the crew went to go see. And
So this is your first.
this was my first foray into horror movies at the theater. I'm sorry you had to pay $14.50 for me to see that.
the
I
senior rate at that.
Yeah.
really...
At least you
It
got
had
a discount.
I couldn't even tell you what I actually thought of the movie. I just kept looking at my popcorn in my lap because it had everything that I dislike about movies.
Oh, wow.
Eating people, rats eating people,
Yeah.
blood, needles, medieval medicine. It had just about everything that I try not to see in a movie.
What would you say was missing from things you hate about movies? Anything?
A shitty soundtrack.
I don't know. I think it had it all.
Oh,
It had it all.
So you're saying it didn't scare you per se, but you just didn't enjoy it?
Yeah.
Or it did scare you?
It was pretty scary. I'm sorry that I have to be crammed in the seat back here. I was sweating the whole time in that theater.
Oh,
It was
really? You found it scary? Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
I just
Okay.
didn't know what to expect, and he would jump out and start eating. I didn't like
There was a
that.
couple good jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty atmospheric.
I kind of
Well, but-
agree with what David said. It was very, like, the first half when he's traveling to get to Transylvania, there's all these great shots of nature. I was like, man, this is really beautifully shot. I was like, God, this is great. Aside from that, and that's all.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah.
I agree with David. I think the costumes they looked good. The world that they built, the houses looked very interesting. I couldn't stand his voice as Nosferatu.
Oh God, it was terrible. And why is Bill Skarsgård or whatever cast as every demonic monster on
Is
the
that who
planet.
that was?
Yeah.
He's
And I'm like,
Pennywise and
yeah.
Dracula.
No, I'm kind of over that, to be honest.
Yeah, he plays a good demon, a good bad
He
guy.
played the good guy in Barbarian that got smashed in the head with a rock. So
I hate vampire movies.
Really?
I never really liked vampire movies. I do appreciate what you all said about the costumery.
Costumetry.
Yeah. Though I felt it was a little Princess Amidala Star Wars for me. The woman's outfits, which I'm not complaining about, but I felt it was that way.
Okay.
And very timepiece accurate, would you say?
And, different worldly, I guess you could say. That being said, the thing I hate about vampire movies is that they just don't make any sense, and they don't try to have it make sense at all. They don't try to explain. What?
I thought this made sense. Kind of like adheres to the original Dracula story, whereas I think other iterations lately have gotten so far from the original lore.
Maybe I just don't understand. I know he sucks blood, but that's how he has to stay alive, but it kind of seemed almost like he was a shadow at some points. I just get kind of confused on the whole vampire realm of things, so I'll do some research and maybe I'll enjoy it more. But for now, Nosferatu.
Wow. Strong words.
And what did you?
Did you have a question?
It was fine. I think his voice really annoyed me. It just sounded very.
It did take a long time for him to say every single line.
Yeah.
Well, and it felt very stereotypical vampire, which I guess maybe it's supposed to. Yeah, that's the only thing that was missing was the count laugh.
How did you feel about having to read part of the movie, Jason?
That's fine. I don't.
Only a little.
It was
Growth?
a little bit. Yeah, it's growth.
2025, here we come.
New me.
It's fine when it's Latin. He's okay with
Is that what they were speaking Latin?
I assume
Yeah,
so.
I assume so.
I heard a lot of twos.
No, you're good.
It was fine. I just I wanted it to be quicker paced. That was
Yes.
long. We're too long of a movie, in my opinion. And maybe I wanted something different. I don't know.
I thought the runtime was a little long.
More action.
It could have sped up the story. I think, I mean, at least people who've seen Dracula, you kind of know the story. I love this director, Robert Eggers. I think he has a really amazing vision for all the things he's directed, like The Witch and The Northman. Yeah, and The Lighthouse. I just want to see him direct. I would like to see him direct something original again. I liked seeing his version of this, but I'm like, okay, now you can go back and do an original property again.
Yeah, it just didn't give me anything new and was not very actiony. It just kind of lingered around. But I will say it was beautifully shot. It sort of made me crave snow, to be perfectly honest. I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have a
There
little
were cool
snow.
scenes.
But
Yeah.
it was just very gothic, theming and everything was.
And to give it some kudos, I know, sorry Nate and Jason, I know you both hate blood and all those effects, but after the debacle with Gladiator 2 and that head,
Yeah.
the effects were great.
Yes.
The blood coming every time there was that pigeon scene was really cool.
Yeah.
Jose, my eyes were shut for that.
I love it. That blood just kept spurting out onto the guy.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really great job with
Yeah.
all the effects.
The practical effects look good.
And I'll say sound design was just as unsettling as it needed to be. First of all, there's a lot of just scary noises by the time he gets to the castle. That, boy, they made me nervous. And then the scenes that I wasn't watching, the eating scenes, I could tell what was going on. I knew he was feasting on some white woman.
Yeah, they were not.
It was not. It was not.
It sounded like Wally.
Yeah. Like our dog, yeah. What did you think of his nails, Taco?
Well,
Were you jealous?
I did like his nails. They were long.
He needed maybe a quick manicure.
Yeah, I thought maybe it'd be fun to have him have a coffin shape of nail. You may not know what that is, but
Ooh.
yeah, they're kind of like mine, but they go in a little bit more.
So they're
I-
fake?
real nails.
Oh,
I bet his were fake in that movie, and I could tell.
Show us,
Oh.
Kellen.
Yeah.
Or which,
Bill,
what is
Bill
his name?
Skarsgård's a method
Bill.
actor. Maybe he, just screw him out.
Got to see Dracula's
Schling Schlong.
Schling Schlong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think
That was
might be a
surprising,
first.
yeah.
I
Did he
don't know.
need more blood? Because, when you get an erection, blood rushes to the genitals.
Yeah, well, when they
Do you
woke
think
him up,
you need
he
a
didn't
little
have one.
extra or something?
I'm not don't know.
Well, if we need to see it, it's framed in Nicholas Holt's house. He kept it. The prosthetic.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
this is his second Dracula movie. I'm pretty sure because he was in that one with Nick Cage.
But that one was fun. Renfield was
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, that was a cute one.
Yeah, I like that one better than this one.
Is it did that lady's nipples were they odd looking or was it just me? I know
Yeah.
you guys like to talk
Little.
about nipples on the drive home.
Not an
right?
expert in that category, but they looked weird to me.
Yeah. Anyone else?
It was,
Well, I mean, she was fresh out of blood, so I can't really tell if that's what he was trying to do, make them more pale. But I mean, even then, they were
she was
oddly
laying
shaped.
down,
Yeah.
so
She was
like-
also
The breast
Yeah.
shape.
flattens,
Yeah.
I think.
Does your
But
nipple
that doesn't affect
shape
how your
change?
nipples.
Yeah.
No, but if the water balloon is laying flat, the little nubbin sticks out more.
It was kind of like a pack. It was like a packing peanut.
So I've heard. So I've heard. I don't know.
The little nubbin.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really glad I'm on this episode.
That just struck me as odd. They looked odd to me, but
Yeah.
Like a packing peanut. I really feel like it.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Her
who
performance is great though.
Yeah.
I liked Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
He was the star of the show
He
for
was
me.
great.
Always great.
and like it was like 2 hours into the movie before we saw him, but I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was in the movie.
We saw the trailer and he was featured in it, and I was just waiting the whole time to see Willem, but he did not disappoint once he showed up.
It's great.
He cracked a couple of great jokes.
Yes.
Pipe that was far too long.
Love the
Love
pipe.
that long.
Hype was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, he made the movie a better place for me. Shout out to Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
You should come on the show.
Yeah, all the acting was very good.
Yeah.
Delivering those, the old-fashioned dialogue can sometimes be a hard sell, but I was buying it.
So it's just a remake, like same exact story, or did they change it?
Yeah, pretty faithful.
Really? To
Just-
like the
just-
1922?
I mean, the 1922 one is only an hour and 20 minutes, though, so
Oh,
So someone saw
really-
that and they said, "I want to do this exact same thing, but make it longer."
yeah.
3 times
pretty,
longer. to be
pretty
exact.
much.
And I do have a question. Why was he like in the Dracula movies I've seen? He's always been called Count Dracula. Why not in this? Do we know?
I think in the 1922 one, he was just called Nosferatu. I think,
Okay.
is that a translation of his name? We need a fact check again from
Okay,
Kimmy.
Kimmy.
I claim to be a Dracula expert. I've seen all of them, but I don't invest too much beyond
Well,
watching them.
I feel like the way that Willem Dafoe's character was delivering Nosferatu, he was using it in like the sense of the plague. Like it was just like a general blanket statement for something bad that was happening. Like he never referred directly to
As a name.
yes.
Okay.
He referred it more like as a thing. I thought that's what I got from it.
Maybe it got the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was more just like tragedy in a general sense.
Got
That's
it.
what I thought.
If you're a vampire
Wow.
expert, we'd love to invite you on the next episode to fact check all of this.
Yeah.
But you have to show your nipples.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a requirement.
Sorry.
Too many rats. Too many rats.
Wow.
I am
wow.
triggered by rats.
That was worse than watching Ratatouille for me.
Oh,
And there's too many rats in that thing.
They filmed scenes from this at Matt's old apartment.
yep. Yep. Quick story. I've had rats in my apartment before that I no longer live in. And
You've had rats carry like a package across your floor, right? Or
they
don't-
dragged the
Yeah.
jewel cookies across the floor, knocked over a wine glass, and took it back to their lair under my kitchen sink.
Nosferatu requested.
And that is a 100% factual story.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you saw them, or you just knew they were out and about?
I was sleeping. I heard a crash.
Yeah.
They were dragging it. I got up, looked in the hallway. I saw it.
That's horrible.
And did you eat those cookies after you took a back
I
ride?
haven't had a Jewel cookie
Count
in a
Orloff.
very, very long time. And they're the purple bag, the good chocolate chip ones.
Okay. I think that would scar you, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and now when I
that
see
scar-
rats,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you flinch every time they came up.
yeah, I really.
I will say I am not particularly scared of rats, but when it gets close to trash day, so like Wednesday,
Oh,
when I go throw away like our dog's poop bag, and I hear scurrying in the dumpster, which is it's always there, but I know that the trash is up to the top, and they could be right there. So I go to a different
Have
dumpster.
a jump scare.
I just can't do it.
Jump before.
Yeah.
yeah, they're brutal.
Oh, thanks.
There's so many.
Chicago, come to
rats,
Chicago.
yeah.
What did that guy
Just-
refer? Prince of Rats or Lord of Rats?
Lord of
That's what he
Prince of
said.
Rats, yeah.
Yeah, that guy was odd.
He was a
He was
Yeah.
freakish.
And what was his whole point? What was the point of his character? Genuinely, he didn't do shit.
Is he
though.
like the Renfield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his job is to sort of prepare the way.
Yeah.
What the fuck did he prepare?
he brought
The house
The
and
house. Because he was Thomas's
Thomas.
boss.
Yeah.
He was Thomas's boss too.
See, I forget about that.
Yeah.
When he starts drawing in blood, I'm too distracted by the drawing in blood.
But you know, I didn't put together the scene where he was naked in the beginning and then
No,
he was the
see.
boss. I didn't connect that until
I didn't get
he
that
came
until
out
now.
again.
Took me a minute. Yeah.
No, I got that, but then when he got put in the insane asylum, I was like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the hell this character is. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And he was hoping to get turned.
I guess I just never understood the girl in the beginning. Like, she's just born with that kind of spirit.
That I don't know. I didn't quite understand how she.
To her, it seems like she summoned him almost.
She did.
She did say.
But like,
was
how did
sad.
she learn about that?
She was lonely and she
Evil
just
in her
called
heart.
out
I
into
just
the
have
world.
I
questions.
think the opening scene was her calling out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Sitting there
for
and
sure
praying.
was,
I thought
yeah.
that's what that was.
So
It was
you
just
can
her.
just pray and call up Nosferatu.
Mhm.
Well,
You
it's
can
happening.
simply summon a demon. Like we've learned that from like Ouija
Yeah.
boards and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. You should try
I don't do
that.
those.
No, I don't do those
I
either.
don't do those.
But she summoned, for real summoned, as Sophie said. They ended up wham bam thank you slam
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the garden apparently.
Yeah.
You got her good.
And like,
I wouldn't say good. I
Gotcha,
would just
bitch.
say-
can we just talk a spoiler alert for the ending
Yeah,
here?
go for it.
Like, he dies because he had sex with her for too long.
No.
Go back.
So, you know,
I know, but like, because he was having sex with her for so long,
Right.
right?
Well, she tricked him. Like she was
Yeah.
like, stay for a
Gotcha,
little
bitch.
more, right?
Yeah, and she had the window open.
She was fingering his back boils. Did you
I
see
Yeah.
that?
I did
So-
see that.
She went in. She
I
was
mean,
like,
but
Yeah.
how long
Ugh.
was he going? I mean, all night?
Well,
I mean, it takes a long time for his blood to get to his part. Because there's barely any left in his body, so
You know, we saw that with his legs at the end.
yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
god, I love that end.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I did like the end
That
there.
they were just snuggling in bed.
Yeah.
We should send that as the next year's Christmas card. The drive home. Happy holidays.
It kind of gave me
That end shot.
Lady Gaga and
Yes.
Bad Romance. The last
Yes.
scene
Yeah.
It did.
is very that.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Packed theater, everyone.
Oh my god.
Packed.
It was so
Theater.
crowded. Like I don't know that there were any empty seats.
Yeah. Dracula still got star power.
Yeah.
Now the drive home has recently switched its seats in the
Yep.
movie theater.
Oh, 8.
Prior, we always were in the very back row,
Mhm.
and we have now since moved up to the.
The front row of the stadium.
Yeah.
seating.
level for those well acquainted with an
Yeah, and how are we feeling about
I
that,
like
the
it.
drive
I love
home?
it.
them.
I feel immersed.
The sound feels way better to me
Okay.
in this spot, and I can't see a lot of people, and I get really distracted
Okay.
by other heads moving. You don't seem to like it, Jason.
No, I'm not fussy about where I sit. I just don't like to sit like front row, like with your neck cranked. But I don't mind. I like the easy access. If I have to pee or get a refill, I can just jump over the
Yeah.
Yeah,
the rail.
I like having the rail to
Yeah.
put my feet up too.
But what I don't like is typically, for those of you that haven't seen a movie with us, is when people walk by us. Only the drive home people walk by us who give them a little ass slap as they're getting a refill, and I don't get to do that anymore. So
Yeah, 'cause
I miss
they-
that.
I
I
know.
miss slapping your ass.
Maybe next one I'll book in the back row.
Yeah.
How did you feel about those seats today?
Me, I was fine with them. I didn't get advantage of the foot rail like everybody else did. I had
Yeah.
a couple of heads in front of me.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I was close enough that no matter what position I put my head, I still could see the screen. So I watched the movie. No, it was fine. It wasn't all that scary. I think, were you guys looking for it to be scary?
I had hoped
I
that it
was
would
like
have been
a
indeed been
little
scary.
faster pace and maybe a little more action, but
The trailer looked
Gory.
scary to me, so I was hoping it was going to
Yeah.
be scary, and it just wasn't.
I wouldn't say it was scary.
Yeah, you also love scary movies.
I do.
So I feel like there's very few movies that you would admit that are scary.
I'm very
No. I fully admit. I think scarier for me are movies more about like paranormal things or exorcisms, like that kind of stuff.
I felt
well,
like
yeah. I mean, I feel like a vampire should be like that, but it just
I felt like there were a couple scenes though where I was like, this is kind of Exorcist-ish.
Yeah.
Like when
her eyes are rolling.
Yeah.
Yes. And when Willem Dafoe's character first shows up, when he first meets her, I was like, man.
I was hoping that it was taking that turn, and it
And then-
didn't. But you know, it was. Yeah, it wasn't for me. But
Yeah.
any other thoughts on the movie?
I just felt like her when she was doing the exorcism kind of
She's good
movements.
at that.
You think so? And sometimes
flexible.
I was like,
Yeah.
it was a little cheesy. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was like a little bit too much sometimes. But that was just me.
Yeah, but that's a fine line to walk, you know?
It's hard to do
It's hard
spasms.
to do spasms in
Yeah.
a good
Do you think she had a spasm coach?
Exorcism coach.
This is a valid question.
That is a very valid question. I,
they
didn't
have
think about it.
intimacy
To walk that line,
coordinators on
yeah.
set, so maybe they have
dialect
an
coach,
exorcism
exorcism
coordinator.
coach.
Contor-
We can't use that.
Okay, we'll cut.
We'll just bleep it all out.
Just bleep it.
Beep, beep, up to.
Oh.
Well, we're
home.
Matthew,
Yes.
would you like to sing us out for the last time in 2024? Even though this is going to be posted in the new year.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, sometimes Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and our new website, www.thedrivehome312.com. And now I will sing you out. So bow your heads in darkness. Bloodsucker, fame hunger, leave me drunk up, lay vampire.
Like and subscribe.